Welcome to Carolyn's Corner, featuring singers, songwriters, and authors from all over the world. We are so excited you've joined us, and we're looking forward to having a great time. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to use the comment section from wherever you're watching to interact during our live shows. We're so excited about our special guests and can't wait to hang out with you. Stream Carolyn's Corner live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and 1071krxp.com.
Hi, it's Carolyn. We're so excited about our special guest tonight, and we're so glad you're here. Get ready. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to Carolyn's Corner. There's always a delay because my brain goes, okay, go. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner. I'm so excited that y'all are here tonight, folks. We've got another special guest here, and it is just my honor. And I want to point out something I keep forgetting. At the end of that little video, you saw a screen that said, "Together we can make a difference." I think that's what it says. And the reason I put that there is because I really believe that we can change the world one little corner at a time. And I am in my little corner, and we are going to do that by spreading the love of music, spreading some joy, and just having a great time. Because, you know, all of us need joy. We all need music.
That's
and
right.
Yes, absolutely. And folks, I'm so excited to introduce you to our special guest. Now, I do have something new I'm going to try to use tonight. I hope it works. If not, you know, y'all won't know because I got my secret buttons over here. We're going to try. I'm kind of a little bit worried. But ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Dave Alexander. Let me see if this works. Hold on. Can you hear it? I mean, audience, calm down. Calm down.
Hold it down in there.
Yes, absolutely. Dave, I'm so excited to have you here, sir. Really, I am. And I know everyone's on their way. We have a few people here already, and I see Wallace. Thank goodness the comments are working. Wallace Schroyer is here.
Awesome.
He says, "Hi, Dave. Hi, my friend. Right. Nice to meet you, Dave." Yes,
awesome.
Wallace has an internet radio station in San Diego, California, and several others. So your show is being streamed live to his YouTube as well. So I'm super excited.
Wonderful.
Yes. So Dave, thank you so much for being here. And before we get officially started, sir, I have to give a big shout out to our friend and former guest. There's Chris Hughes. He was just on the show. He's an incredible artist too. A big shout out to Mr. Eric Diamond for referring you to the show. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Yes, I hope Eric is on right now. Chris, I'm so glad to see you. I tried to share it with a lot of people. I'm trying to get better with this social media thing. I need one of those social media, whatever you call it. But anyway, we'll just keep doing the best I can, right? And one from UK, too. Who's from the UK?
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Wallace has a station in the UK, too. So you never know who's going to be seeing you.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, folks, I'm so excited. This is Mr. Dave Alexander. And Dave, I had some papers here. I guess they slid off when everything fell.
That's right.
That's how it always goes.
We can wing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm good at winging it. But anyway, so why don't we start off tonight by you telling us a little bit about yourself, sir, whatever you would like to share. And by the way, welcome to Carolyn's Corner. It's an honor.
Honored to be here, first of all. To all your
Thank you.
friends, you have a great following and wonderful friends. And thank you, Eric, for passing my name on so that you and I could now become friends.
Absolutely.
A lot of good friends that we all know, we both know. So
yes, thank you
very much. I'm honored to be here. Honored to be able to share my story because it's like, you know, your life is a 40-year-old success sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Working. I have worked as a professional musician all my life. And so both my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, I'm a fifth generation musician. So really, I didn't know anything else but to do this. I mean, I started, my grandfather and my father played so many instruments. I play about 3 or 4 or 5 maybe. and they could play everything in the band. And so I was kind of just expected to grow up in this, and I loved it. It was definitely, I tell people that music chose me, even though I didn't have much of a choice as a child. It just kept rolling, and more fun parts of it came, and I've just enjoyed it all my life. So, so I guess we'll start from where I am now.
Sure.
I actually, over a quick little story about my latest album called From the Saddle to Symphony Hall. Through all my music and everybody that I've been with, I grew up as a classically trained musician. I went to school. I have a degree. Don't tell anybody. I tell people that hurt my playing at all, so don't have to worry.
I might ask you a question. Just kidding. Go ahead.
So this, and I worked many years ago. I worked with a gentleman named Don Edwards, who was a singing cowboy. We were on Warner Brothers record company, and he had a friend named John Giordano, who was the Fort Worth Symphony director. They did an album together, and I sat in the audience, and that night said, one of these days, this is what I'm going to do, because this is unbelievable. I was so moved by it. That was when, 40 years ago. But as fate would have it, it opened the door. I was open doors that could put all this together. COVID had a lot to do with it. I spent a lot of time trying to keep from going totally insane during the COVID.
I bet. Yes.
And when you are defined by what you do, and suddenly you stop doing that, it's hard to know exactly what you're good for. And you start to go, why am I here if I can't do what it is I'm supposed to do? And in a way to keep from going crazy, I just challenged myself to arrange music that I play all the time in dance halls and concerts with everybody from Willie Nelson to George Strait to Sleep at the Wheel, all the music we've done over the years. I decided I would challenge myself and write it for a 65-piece orchestra. That kept me thinking hard enough about music that I didn't have to worry about that I wasn't working for 2.5 years.
Wow.
Concentrate on that. So, there is a little bit of good things that come to horrible situations. You got to make lemonade out of lemons. And so I sat down and every night, worked on this music. I got a job. I live in the country. I live on a ranch, and my wife and I, and a friend of mine has a big outfit, and I drove a tractor for 10 hours a day. And,
wow.
And all during that day, I listened to music, and I was writing notes, and I'd get home. I worked from 6 until 6, and I'd get home, and I'd take a shower and eat some supper, and I'd go start arranging music. So that's where I am, working backwards, but I have to thank a lot of people on how I got here. One of those people is from Waco, Texas, whose name's Cindy Walker. And she was a dear friend of mine. Mahia is where she called home, but she also grew up in Waco. Your territory as a child.
Yes, I'm from Waco. Yeah, it's a small world. Go ahead.
So backing up a little bit, I was a member of the Texas Playboys for many years, and became very close with Cindy Walker because of my Playboy connection. And so got to know Cindy, spent many hours with her at her house. She would go to jobs, and we would meet at certain things when she was getting awards, and I'd play in the bands, and she'd always had a great. So I really contributed a lot of this success to her and her wonderful music. Because if you think it sounds good with Ray Charles singing it, you ought to hear it with 65-piece orchestra. I mean, it's unbelievable. Oh. So there's where up to there, that's where I'm at now. So everything that I think you and I pretty much, now before that, it was all Western swing bands, dance halls, spent 14 years with the Sleep at the Wheel. And that brought me to so many great musicians, George and Willie and Lyle Lovett and all those guys that I got to record with and play and tour with. And so I had a great career, just had to always kept doing my own things while I'd go out and make other people money, and I'd come home and make myself money, sort of, and just that. So, but it's been a lot of fun though. I've met a lot of great people down the road.
Oh my.
And I see things from where I do because I have stood on the shoulders of some giants. I mean, I thank the Texas Playboys, the original Playboys. Like I said, Cindy Walker, Leon Roush, Leon McCullough, all those guys that really did it for Texas music. It still carries on today. So, in fact, my next show is going to be with the symphony is November 1st in Greenville, Texas, at the Bob Wills Fiddle Festival.
Oh my. Yes, Eric has told me about that.
Oh,
yes,
great.
sir.
Great.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm bringing my first time that I usually go out with other orchestras that are already established. I'm bringing my own orchestra to Greenville, and we're going to have a night of Western swing and cowboy and country music like never before, all for Bob Wills and all of that, that style. I've put in a bunch of new Bob Wills stuff and a little silver screen kind of stuff, and just all the music that I've enjoyed all these years.
Oh my gosh, I cannot even imagine a 63-piece orchestra. I mean, that's just mind-blowing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's amazing enough, the people that you've played with and the musicians and the incredible artists that you've been able to co-write with or whatever, just sing with or whatever. But the fact that I can't even imagine how you must have felt the first time you heard your voice with that orchestra. I mean, first of all, you said you were going to do it. And, the COVID thing, I have said that before, COVID was a horrible thing, but in some ways it helped people realize different, I can't even think anymore. I got so flustered with the 63 piece. I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of people. Real quick, let me say hi to everybody. Okay. I'm sorry. So we have Jeffrey Overcash is here. He said, hey, Chris. He and Chris are talking. He said, hey, Jeff, Chris Hughes. Yeah. Hi, Jeffrey. Welcome. Daniel Adami is here. Hi, Daniel. Wallace said, good night, all. Darn it. Why does he have to be in a different time zone? He always has to go to sleep. Sarah Cox is here. Trailer Park Country. Oh, Trailer Park Country. I like the sound of that. And Wallace is helping me introduce people or saying hi to them. Thank you, Wallace. Wallace, wake up. Stay awake just a little bit longer. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it's amazing. And it's also amazing to me, the majority, well, pretty much everyone, if you think about it, there has always been that one person that really played a part in them getting to where they are or have gone, because, that's what it's all about. Everybody helps everybody else. And that's how it should be in life. And I'm so glad to hear Miss Cindy Walker. Oh my gosh, she did amazing things for your career. And I mean, you were already doing great things. I can't even. Right. That is amazing. What an incredible journey. And that's just recently in the last, how many years is that, sir?
Since Cindy, I think she left us in 2009. So that's been quite a while ago. But we had so many friends that we connected with.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Gimbel probably helped me more than anybody. I came in as a musician, as a player. And I was a hired gun for people for many years. I had a job to do, and they hired me because I do what I do. Yes, but I always connected myself. My first album was called The Legends of Western Swing, which are all former Texas Playboys that were still living at the time when I first started this back in the early 90s, we'll say, late 80s and early 90s. And Johnny helped me so much. But I played with them, and I made music with them before they were confident enough to say, hey, Dave's your guy, And it was Johnny that suggested that I get with Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel. And I spent 14 years with Asleep at the Wheel, traveling and doing the play, A Ride with Bob. And thanks to Johnny, I'd get those guys together. I'd hire them sometime to work with me, but I had the opportunity to really do the music thing with them, And it's more than just a song, and it's more than just doing the dance. The great part about Western swing and Western music is the aspect of improvisation. And whenever it's your turn to play, you play everything you know and all you feel, and you have this opportunity for the whole chorus of the whole song to make it yours. And that's how musicians impress each other. And it all started with Bob Wills, really, and he would do a dance. So they'd play a song, and everybody danced. Well, you play the song one time through. The next time they'd play the song without the melody, and somebody would take a solo. And Bob would point his bow at him and say, play what you got. Let me hear you. Then the other guy would do it. Then another guy would do it. So they really began to, challenge each other and became jazz. They were jazz musicians with cowboy hats. Is what they were. They were improvising and the people just kept dancing. They just danced and danced.
Never even stopped.
Pretty soon the song would end. They'd do another one, another style, and they'd do the exact same thing. So that aspect of growing up in a household, my dad was a jazz musician most of the time, anyway. So I grew up with that influence of being able to improvise. And so that really separated it from country music and from other styles, because we improvise. That's very important. You don't get up on a Western swing stage unless you can play, or you'll probably sit down in a hurry.
Real quick. So you played a lot of different instruments. What is your instrument of choice? Do you have a preferred instrument? Like, what is your go-to? Like, I'm very well. You're probably confident with all of them. That's the amazing thing.
I have recently retired from being a trumpet player. And so trumpet is what got me on all those stages. That was
Oh
my
my
number
gosh.
one. And you just don't do that forever because it requires a lot. And if you're, it does.
Yeah.
But I needed to move to the front of the band and sing and play. So I play guitar. Always have been a piano player, but I played the trumpet for 60 years before I retired.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I started when I was 4, and then I then played for a couple of years, and I lost my front tooth, my first tooth, and I went to my dad and I said, "Hey, Dad, I lost a tooth. Looky there." And he said, "I said, don't. This means I get some money, right?" And he took that tooth out of my hand and he grabbed me by the shoulder and he said, "No, son, this means today you're a piano player." And sure enough, we went back to our music room in our house, and I had my first piano lesson. So I played piano since I was 6. So those are two of my main instruments. I sing and play guitar in front of my band though, mainly. So let's say guitar, piano, and trumpet was what got me to the dance hall. Let's say so.
That is absolutely incredible. I like that. No, today you're a piano player. I love that.
Yeah.
I've got to say hello to Deb
Okay.
Anderson. Oh, hi, Deb. Can you see
Good.
the comments there, sir?
I can. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Deb, I'm so glad to have you back, honey. I missed you. I missed all of you guys and gals. Thank y'all for being here. I mean, what an accomplished artist you are, sir. I can't even believe that. I mean, to me, it's funny. I can just see you like, well, I'll just switch to this now. And then, so you're saying you had to improvise. So, okay, this is Dave Alexander on the guitar on this. So you just start grabbing instruments. So first you would do your trumpet, then you do your piano. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Going, whatever it takes to keep the music going, that was the main
Absolutely.
thing. People were dancing. And then we do it in shows and concerts. We don't maybe do a whole chorus, but we split it up among each other and we challenge each other. And one of the things that I just did for Symphony that I'll be doing on that job in November is we do what's called fiddle challenges, and those fiddle play, and we'll play in a particular key, and a fiddle will play a breakdown. And then all of a sudden another one will call a different key and he'll play a different breakdown, maybe harder or a little bit tougher than the other. These fiddle players will pass it around like they did in the old days. And then, so I'm going to do it with all my fiddle players that I'm bringing. Then the whole orchestra puts the last song on it together. And so
oh my gosh, that would be so cool to see. So it's almost like I didn't get to go in band when I was a kid. I wanted to, but I don't know. It's one of those things. But it's so, how in band you had you trying to get to the first chair, so it's kind of like that. Like, I got you on that one. Yeah.
I'm going to outdo the next guy and the next guy. And that all started with Bob Wills and his father. They were just fiddlers out in Turkey, Texas,
Amazing.
And, they stayed busy because cotton business was real good out there, and they played a lot of home dances. Just they'd roll back the rug after they'd got the cotton in, and I mean people money and have friends, and that moved to Fort Worth, and then they started doing it in Fort Worth, and it just really touched the world. I mean, it really made a big impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's indigenous states, and it's a form of jazz with cowboy hats, Western swing music, and really the song or the stories that I heard was they would go and play places as a little fiddle band, and people would say, well, we want to hear what's on the radio, like right now. And what was on the radio back then was Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey and all the big bands that were playing In the Mood and Little Brown Jug and all those. And so those fiddle bands would learn those songs. And when that happened, all of a sudden, it put both worlds together and rocketed Bob Wills and his
Oh my gosh. Isn't that interesting, y'all? It's like I'm sitting next to all these listeners, viewers going, y'all, isn't that something? And I got to say it. I keep, Dave, sorry. I got to say it. The Waco in me comes out when I'm around fellow Texans. And you are, in fact, in Texas. Tell everybody what part of the state that you're located in.
I live in North Texas. I'm an hour north of Dallas. But
nice.
I live in the closest city to me is called Era, E-R-A, Era, Texas. Probably never heard of it.
I'd never heard of that one.
Exactly why I moved here.
No, that's smart.
That's where Era is.
That's smart, but that's good because you need you need your time. And so all that time during COVID, you were honing in and learning how to, I can't even imagine that. So you were changing up that music to fit now you did say 23-piece orchestra, didn't you?
No, 65 piece.
Oh, wait, where'd I get 23 from?
No.
Wait a minute, that's even more.
No.
Math was never my strong suit.
That's right.
65 pieces. How do you even fit that many people?
Standard orchestra. So if you go to see the Dallas Symphony on
Yes, sir.
you're going to see 65 pieces because that's the way that music is arranged with all the violins, fiddles, and the woodwinds and the chimes and the harp and all the instruments.
Golly. Okay, well, 23 was impressive. See, I have no memory. I'm so sorry. 65. I got to write it down because I don't want to ask you again. You'll be like, I already told her once. 65. That's amazing. I can't even imagine that. So you're in front of this huge orchestra. The sound must be it's almost like hearing angels, I bet, honestly, because they're so good. I know they are.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. That just baffles my mind to be in front of something like that and be, gosh, do they have what do you call it? A conductor? Is that what they call it? I'm so sorry.
I have a conductor and all they do that. And then I line up with my guys. There's 5 of us and we line up and we play the improvisation and they play the music and we play it together. The hardest part for me is keeping my mind on my job because I hear things and I just listen. I think, oh my gosh. And every time I hear it, I hear something new or something different. It's so beautiful. It's just incredible. So
wow, I can't even imagine. I mean, what a blessing that must be. It's already huge that you're able to, me as an outsider looking in, you're able to do what you're doing. But then you add that element, and I mean, that's got to be the pinnacle. The pinnacle of success. It wouldn't even matter. Just the fact that even to me, it would be like even getting to play with an orchestra one time would be like, wow, I thought I'd made it before, but not in that way. I don't see you as that type at all. Right. But I can't even imagine. That's like, oh my gosh, I would be like a little kid. You'd have to maintain, calm down, calm down, Dave, calm down. Hey, and there's Regina Dowker. She's over in near Fort Worth. She's near you. Somewhere near you. Hi, Regina. She is the co-writer to a song I just released. I can't even talk tonight. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and she's a wonderful person. I'm so glad you're here, honey. I tried to share with everybody. I'm so bad about tagging everyone. So, wow, what an amazing life you have. I mean, that's just so cool. And then you got your grandbabies. We were talking about grandkids. Yeah. The best thing ever to me, as far as I'm concerned.
A whole new kind of love.
It is. It's a whole new kind of love. That is. Oh, she's in Denton, Texas. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes. And I haven't got to meet her in person yet, which is crazy. One of these days, I'm going to drive from Beeville over there. Great. It's only like 5 hours, but it's just hard, Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. But yeah, so you are an extremely blessed gentleman, and you've had what an amazing journey you've had. And the cool thing is, gosh, have you ever stopped to think about how many people you've touched? You know what I mean? How many people have danced? That's amazing. Really think about it, because you're bringing joy to all those people. And to me, that is, it gives me goosebumps. It really does, because you've brought so much joy to people through the years.
And I thank you. And yes, that's all part of it is that we share this with the audience. We're doing together when we play dance music. Wow. We're really connecting with the audience like that. And I was the band leader for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for 14 years. So I had the little band that was the house band for the
No way.
14 years I spent at the Houston Rodeo when they had an orchestra, and I was the band leader. And then I opened for everybody that came down. So I opened for all these big stars, got to know so many people through that job of 14 years with the rodeo. And at one time we did a rodeo dance at Houston, and I had a friend of mine named David Ball, who you may know had a long history.
Yes.
It's
I was thinking there's got to be only one guy named David Ball. What is that song that he did? Go ahead. I know so many. I used to list him all the time.
Yeah, and so the rodeo would have my band be the rodeo dance, and then I'd get to hire anybody I wanted to come play with us and sing with us the whole time. And David Ball came. And that was when he had a couple of hits out, and we had 14,500 people come to a dance at the Houston.
Oh my gosh!
It was a wall of people, this giant churning ocean of dancers. It was just absolutely incredible. And they'd never had that happen before, but we're about dancing. And you know,
Yes.
I want the young kids to think about, to really connect to your audience, is to do that with them. And a lot of people, they kind of stand there and sing along with the solo cup. And
Yes.
get them to hold each other and dance around and enjoy, be part of the music. It's really how you're part of the music instead of just listening, you know? So
Yes.
so that had a lot, we had a lot of fun at
Wow, that is just incredible. I mean, it really is. That's so many people. That's mind
That's the
blowing.
biggest I'd ever played, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you said Houston Livestock Rodeo. We had a Glenn Parker on the show, and he's been a regular out there.
Right.
Oh, he's very talented. I've been so fortunate to have so many great artists on here, and it always blows my mind. It does, because y'all are just you're doing what you're born to do, you know, and you're sharing your gift with others, and I think it's beautiful.
Thanks.
And Regina, I'm so glad you're here, honey. I've been just going. It doesn't feel like I'm going all the time and never getting anywhere. Does that make sense?
Pedaling.
Yes, I'm pedaling. Yeah. You know, my husband, he calls it piddling. I've been piddling. I started using his word. We're piddling now. What is up with that? So wow. So let's let everyone hear a little bit of your music, shall we, sir?
Absolutely.
All right. So y'all, there's so many songs. I did it again. See, I said y'all. Sorry. I usually anyway. We'll just keep going. Sometimes I try to say ladies and gentlemen, but that's too proper. I'm just Carolyn from Beeville, Texas.
Your friend.
You have so many incredible songs to choose from. There was no way I could actually pick. So I just randomly selected some, and I was like, they're all so good, every one of them. So I can't go wrong. But the first one I selected is called, and I wonder if this is the same song that has been remade a lot of times. You Don't Know Me. Tell me about this song and how you came to record it, and anything you'd like to share regarding it.
Okay. As I mentioned, Cindy Walker, dear friend of mine. And I also played with Ray Charles back in my days as a trumpet player.
He played with Ray Charles, y'all.
So when they made the life story of the movie of Ray Charles, my two worlds together. My jazz world came together with my Western world, because there were so many people that we shared connection with, from the Ray Charles band and people like Cindy Walker. Cindy wrote that song. What would happen was people would give, as she became a very notable writer, people would give her ideas for songs. They couldn't write it, but they'd give her a good idea. And she was given a good idea. She was given the title, you don't know me. You think you do, but you don't really know what I'm thinking. And Cindy was such a wonderful person to bring out that other side of what you just had no idea you were ever thinking about, or something like that. And so I came up with this, to put it with a symphony with strings, the way I think I'd hear it in heaven someday when I get to meet her again.
Yes.
And just pay tribute to Cindy with such a beautiful song of You Don't Know Me. So.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I can't wait to hear this. I'm so excited. This is going to be epic. I don't use it. Well, I've been using the word epic. I'm trying to blend in with the youngins, and I don't even think they use epic anymore. So excuse me.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to pull up You Don't Know Me.
Okay.
Let's check this out. Now, most of these have it's the photo of your album.
Right.
So y'all make note of this album, because you're going to want to go download every one of these songs, stream them from everywhere. And before we do that, they're available everywhere, I'm sure. Right?
Yes. And at my website. Yes. Dave Alexander.
Yes, everywhere. So y'all write down that information on that album, because y'all know my memory is terrible. So I will be like, what was it saying? What was it saying? These are all only one is not with the orchestra. Okay. What's wrong with me tonight? I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get it in here. You Don't Know Me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Get ready, y'all. Here we go. Just got to do a couple of clicks. Oh, I forgot to tell them about my, I'll tell them when I get back about my sign over here. Here we go. You Don't Know Me by Dave Alexandra. Here we go. Alexander. Here we go.
to me, and then you say hello. I can hardly speak, my heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. To you, I'm just a friend, that's all I've ever been. You don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy to let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. You never, never know the one who loves you so. You don't know me. Never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy to let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye, and I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. You'll never, never know the one who loves you so. You don't know me. You'll never, never know the one who loves you so. Well, you don't know me. You give your hand to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stand by just a moment. That's what happens when I click on something I shouldn't be clicking on. Hold on, Dave. Let me get you back. Okay, hold on.
All right, I'm still here.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. I was like, oh, look what I did. I put a picture of the orchestra up while you.
Way to go.
I didn't think I did it right. I was like, oh, I made you disappear.
You did it.
So you were, in case y'all don't know, when our artists are not on the screen with me, they're in the green room, wink, wink, where we have lots of great appetizers and stuff. So he was getting a snack. So we got a couple of great comments. God, that was beautiful. Oh, my. I mean, really. So Deb Anderson said, OMG, I love this song. Beautifully sung. Thank you. Yes. And Regina said beautiful. And I completely agree, ladies. That is so, yes, my gosh. And you know what? I was really sitting here listening and I was just mesmerized. I can't believe I wrote it down. Wait a minute. 65-piece orchestra. Oh my God. I mean, that is so beautiful. So beautiful. And then I pulled that picture up and I was like, oh yeah, now I can see it. I'm gonna put it back up and let me see if I don't make us disappear. Hold on a second. Where'd it go?
No, you're good.
Oh, I'm trying to learn. I never did that. I never did that. Okay.
Great.
I didn't know it was going to disappear. There, it's back. See that?
Yeah.
That's a big orchestra. Look at that, folks. Oh, it says uploading. Hope I didn't lose us. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. So I wanted to give y'all a visual of it. I think that is incredible. And it sounds like it really does. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to heaven, but you would think that's what heaven would be like. Like just music, just so beautiful. Like it gives me goosebumps. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. That was so gorgeous. So let's go to the next song.
Okay.
We have Every Setting Sun.
Oh, yeah.
I like the sound of it. Did I do good?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Tell us
this is my composition. So I wrote this one.
Nice.
I rodeoed for many years and provided music for rodeo for many years. And I rode on horseback and sang for rodeo for many years. So all the way to the national finals even. My horse Missy and I would travel around the country and I would sing and play before the rodeo would start. I'd do the national anthem. And then I was in charge of all the rodeo music for that rodeo. So I would produce rodeos for a long time in my career also. And so this is from my rodeo days when I worked with a wonderful fella by the name of Phil Gardenhire. And he was a 6-time world champion announcer. He was the announcer we would start in Odessa on January the 1st. And then we'd rodeo throughout the whole up till July 4th. We'd go to different places. So the ones of us who were working to put the rodeo on, we'd usually do a rodeo, then go home, do our laundry, kiss our kids and family, turn around, come back. The next weekend we were at another rodeo.
Oh my gosh.
So unfortunately, one year Phil did not come back. And so in the only red light in Heavener, Oklahoma at 11 o'clock in the morning, he was taking his son to get a haircut. Somebody ran the red light, had been overserved. He swerved to miss him, and we lost him that day.
Oh, no.
So the song is a tribute to my friend Phil Gardenhire, who we just really had a great time. We spent a lot of time together, hours and hours of, rodeo and having a great time. And so when we lost him, I wrote this particular song, presented it at the Odessa Rodeo the following year. They had his horse there. He was such a wonderful guy. Beautiful smart guy, had a wonderful way with words, and just a great fella, great representative of our culture. And so,
and he was a professional announcer for the rodeo. So, we might have all seen him at one time or the other, and didn't even or heard him more than anything.
Because if you're in the NFR, he was in NFR 6 times, and so so he was just a fantastic guy and really inspired me. And so I was in my songwriting, I made this tribute to him. So that's what this is about.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. This is going to be another epic song. I'm just so excited to have you here. You're so talented. Okay, Every Setting Sun. And that is such a beautiful title. I love that. Okay, so let's pull it up. Let me see if I can get through it without messing it up. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I won't. I don't ever say I won't. Let's try it. Here we go. Every Setting Sun. Here we go.
Rodeo brought him to our town from miles and miles away. We love to hear his voice as we listen to him say, at a chute number 2 comes a young cowboy, one you've never seen. But when he pulls that rope and nods his head, he'll be chasing all his dreams. Then he'd make that ride come alive, as he called it play by play. And when that cowboy hit the ground, he'd say, son, are you okay? He'd ask us all to give a hand as the young boy walked away. Then he'd say, don't you count him out, my friend. He'll be back again someday. As he rides in every setting sun, and he ropes the clouds of white. And I know if there's a rodeo in heaven, he'll be riding there tonight. The Lord was in his saddle every time he mounted up, and he was quick to share the word with you if you were down on your luck. I know he was a happy man. He spoke of a son and a wife, but deep inside his heart I knew that cowboy was his life. So the next time you're at a rodeo and you see a cowboy fall, or you watch a young child touch a horse, you'll know the wonder of it all. And when they crack that chute gate and the ride gives you a thrill, well, take a moment if you will and think of our friend Phil as he rides in every setting sun, and he ropes the clouds of white. And I know if there's a rodeo in heaven, he'll be riding there tonight. He rides.
Us. I gotta unmute us. There we go. Wow. Oh my goodness, Dave. What a beautiful song. I didn't even tell you how beautiful your voice is.
Oh, well, thank you.
Those lyrics are perfect. I mean, really perfect. I love that. Ropes the clouds in heaven. Oh,
pretty much. That's the story of it.
Oh, that's beautiful. It almost makes me cry. It really does.
Well, I'm
wow. I know. I can tell just by those lyrics how much he meant to you.
Oh yeah.
And oh my goodness. Well, that is a beautiful tribute to him. I hope. And do they play that at the rodeos occasionally, or did they for a while?
Yeah, they did, especially at the rodeos that we did together.
Yes.
And then it's in my symphony show also, and so we include it in the symphony show as well. So it'll be there. It's beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. That's beautiful. Thanks. Oh, and there must be a rodeo in heaven, y'all. That's good, right? And that's a beautiful song. That's right. Oh, I'm touched. So let's see what we have next. And I just randomly selected. Boy, I think so far I'm doing pretty good. Deb said, "Beautiful, touching song. Love it." Isn't it though, Deb? Oh my. Whew. I'm like, stop crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Golly. It's great that he made that much of an impact on you. And if he did to you, he did to everyone else. That's one thing about this particular business. There's some wonderful people in this business. Absolutely. Real it's a shame. Salt of the earth, real people. And yeah. That's I'm glad to have one of them on the show right now. Oh, I can tell you were one of those too. My goodness, I'm so blessed to have you here. I mean that. So the next song, I had to pick this one because I was like, oh, I'm in Texas. I'm from Texas, born and raised in Texas. Yeah. And this is called Fort Worth, Texas. I'm like, you can't get any more Texas. Well, you can. That's right. I don't know where. Fort Worth, Texas. Tell us about this song, sir. Another Cindy Walker classic that I just
Nice.
loved, and I'm a big fan of Fort Worth. My favorite Mexican food is Joe T. Garcia's, and so I'm a big fan of the Fort Worth scene, and spent many years there at the dance halls, and gosh, Pearl's Dance Hall and out there on the north side, and just had a wonderful time. And she pretty well sums it up with all of the great things. She's so lyrical and includes so many things that you think about, but you'd never think about hearing them in a song. So for her, Fort Worth is Western swing, it's barbecue, it's Van Cliburn, it's symphonies, it's Bob Wills, so many different things that this
Oh
is
my
a
gosh.
Cindy Walker classic.
Oh gosh, this is going to be great. Y'all get ready. Get ready. Do we
No.
need Kleenexes for this one? We're not going to cry,
No,
right?
oh, you'll be happy about this.
'Cause I have them. I have them right here. Okay, y'all. Oh my, I'm having so much fun. I hope you're having a good time, folks. And thank you so much for being here. I just keep saying that, but it's just such an honor. You're just so talented. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. So let's check it out. Fort Worth, Texas, written by Cindy Walker and performed by Mr. Dave Alexander. Here we go. Let me get it in here. It takes me a second. Sorry, y'all. I wish I had like a button that would automatically do it. If there's a way to do that, I don't know how.
I know.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They sing songs about Chicago all the time, San Francisco and New York, and they're all fine. But there's a song that's written on this heart of mine about a town, the best around. Let me tell you now, Fort Worth, no words could tell its worth. Fort Worth, Texas, best town on earth. It's uptown and it's downtown and it's cowtown too. There's nowhere like people there say howdy do. Glad to see you now, Fort Worth, Texas is Western swing. It's Van Cliburn and fiddle strings. It's everything I want, and when I want to settle down. Fort Worth, Texas, that's my town. Fort Worth, Texas, that's my town. Texas is riding broncs, warm hearts, cold beer, and honky-tonks. It's cowboy tales, the Chisholm trails, and memories. Bob Wills music and Bill Mack and symphonies. Let me tell you now, Fort Worth, Texas is barbecue. Carter and TCU. It's great, and let me state there ain't no other place around. Fort Worth, Texas, that's my town. Fort Worth, Texas, that's my town. Fort Worth, Texas, that's my town.
Wow. Again, I run out of words to say. That's amazing.
That
was me run out of words. Believe me, you never met me in person. You'd be like, that's impossible. No way. You're talking about the same Carolyn and females? She never runs out of words. Right. Sometimes I get speechless. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you what Deb said.
Yeah.
Deb. She said, love your music, would love to dance to your music. You are truly blessed. Amen to that. Isn't that true? Wow. And you know what I was thinking? I was listening to the words, I was listening to your incredible voice, and I was listening to all of those instruments and thinking, didn't you say that during COVID you wrote? No, I might be wrong. Did you say you wrote the parts for each?
Yeah, I arranged all the songs so that the full orchestra could play it. So there's oboes and there's bassoons and there's all the different instruments. And so I've always wanted to do that, and now was my chance. Then I was lucky enough to get some support through some other helpers of friends of mine. Made the album. Won an award with the album. The first time we stuck it in, we put it up at the National Cowboy in Oklahoma City, and I won a Wrangler Award for the best traditional Western swing album of the year last year. And so immediately, just good things have happened from, like I say, from that situation that we didn't think was going to be so great, so.
Wow. Well, yeah, I can't even, it just sounds so amazing. I mean, your songs by themselves with just you and your band playing sound amazing. Yeah. Well, but then you add that element. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just it. Like I said, it's almost something from heaven. I mean, it just sounds
something you hear every day. But the funny thing is a lot of cowboy music and Western music started as symphonic music for big movies and for the silver screen. So a lot of it was arranged for full strings and woodwinds and brass, because it was even up through our wagon train days and the Riflemen and all those, the bands that are introducing all of that are full orchestras. And so it's kind of funny. It started with one cowboy around a campfire, grew to that extreme that was brought by Gene Autry and all those guys and Roy Rogers and everybody that brought it to the silver screen, even the, who is it? I'm trying to think of the Lone Ranger.
I used to watch the Lone Ranger. Yes, I remember that. I watched that a lot. That was one of my shows when I was a kid. Wow.
So going full circle. And so I thought, well, this would be my opportunity to leave a mark on this, because it's not something that you hear every day. It's been done before, in different aspects, but not a whole lot of people tackle it. And so bringing those two worlds together, of the cowboy and Western swing, all in a symphonic, big bouquet of symphonic musicians.
Ooh, a bouquet of, that's a beautiful way to put it. It's like a big bouquet of flowers. Oh, right. You should write a song called that. You just wrote another song, a big bouquet of wow. See, you're so poetic. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I can't even imagine how hard that would be. Well, you went to school but still, even with going to school, I can't even imagine. Well, now I need to put this in there. I need to put that in there. But hey, it kept you busy through the pandemic.
It did.
Yeah, so thank God for that. And look how it came out. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Deb said mine too. Her mind is blown too.
Oh, great.
Our minds are blown, but that's okay. I'm going to be thinking about that tonight, going, how did he do that? That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Well, they can get it now. Remember, we've got it on sale. Whoops.
Yes, turn it over. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And by the way, it looks like it's backwards on there, but it's From the Saddle to Symphony Hall.
Correct.
Tell them where they can get that CD. I think that's so amazing. Where can they get
it? My website, davealexander.com.
Okay.
On the music button, and all my albums are there. There's a whole bunch of them that I've done over the years, and it's one of those listed right there. So that's where you can get it. Or I can download it to you if you'll email me at davealex@mac.com. I can send it to you as a digital file, or you can actually get a signed copy of this one as well. Whatever you prefer.
Wow, that's amazing. I think that's such a good idea, Dave, the digital thing, because a lot of people, I love the CDs, but a lot of times the CDs we don't even have CD players in the cars anymore. I just got a new car and I was sad to see it didn't have a CD player. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Yeah, a lot of them don't. But I love that, because I like to have the CD, because I like something in my hand. I think that's beautiful. I'll give you my address after this, and maybe you can send me a copy.
Absolutely. You got
Oh my gosh. It's such an honor. I just keep saying that. It's such an honor. So let's see. So let's go to the next song. Man, I'm having so much fun. So I'm not calling you man. That's weird, isn't it? I told everybody I'm trying to use the new lingo, and that's old lingo. They're like, who are you, old lady? You don't know. Okay, so this one, and I remember hearing this song, but I don't remember who did it originally. I think I'm right. I might be wrong. There's been plenty of times when I have been. When the Bloom is on the Sage. Is that an old song, right? Am I right? Okay, who wrote that? Who did it originally?
I got it from Gene Autry. I don't think Gene wrote it, but Gene recorded it.
Okay, that's why it's familiar. Because I tell everybody on the show, and my dad was a singer, kind of a songwriter, but he loved country music. That's where I got my love for it. Sure. And I remember he loved all of those. So he was always listening to all of that, just a little honky tonk band, but gosh, he loved stuff like that. So I'm sure that's where I heard it, because when I saw the title, I'm like, I think I've heard that one. Y'all, I'm so excited. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's an old Western classic.
Great. Did you want to tell us anything else about it before I load it up?
I have loved that kind of music all my life. Cowboy music, Western music that tells the story of a cowboy life. And when it's roundup time in Texas, and the Bloom is on the Sage, that's where you want to be. And so definitely comes the cowboy world.
Absolutely. Well, let's load it on up then. Load it on up. I don't know. I was doing a cowboy thing. That didn't really sound good. Okay. When the Bloom is on the Sage, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's get it all loaded up here. Whew, I'm so excited to hear this. So many. God, we got to talk about albums when we come back. I don't even know how you keep up with anything. Lord have mercy. Okay. There it is. Here we go, folks.
When it's roundup time in Texas and the Bloom is on the Sage, how I long to be in Texas, just a riding on the range. I can smell the bacon frying when it's sizzling in the pan. Hear the breakfast horn in the early morning, drinking coffee from a can. Just a riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swaying, sweating, swearing, listening to a cowboy song. How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be free again when the Bloom is on the Sage. Roundup time in Texas and the Bloom is on the Sage. How I long to be in Texas, just a riding on the range. I can smell the bacon frying when it's sizzling in the pan, and hear the breakfast horn in the early morning, drinking coffee from a can. Just a riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swaying, sweating, swearing, listening to a cowboy song. How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be free again when the Bloom is on the Sage. Just a riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swaying, sweating, swearing, listening to a cowboy song. Though it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be free again when the Bloom is on the Sage. How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be free again when the Bloom is on the Sage.
Wow, I got us back quicker that time.
Perfect. Good job.
Wow. Working, sweating. I already forgot what it was. Man, that's a good song, isn't it?
Good old cowboy song.
It's a great song. And you know what? I'm not even joking. I want to be outside now, cooking on an open fire with some bacon and some coffee, and now I'm hungry.
There you go.
Best thing in the world is to smell. Anyway, I could go on and on about that. That reminds me when I was a kid. Wow, great job. I loved it. Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun. So we do have one more song on our list, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to ask you, do you even know how many albums have you done? How many songs? Is it that many? Like you don't really
throw them over my shoulder, like Willie. Nobody's done more than Willie, that's for sure. But,
really?
Oh yeah, he has recorded hundreds and hundreds of albums. I mean, more than any. I think he's recorded more than anyone I know. Is Willie Nelson.
Really?
Yeah, people don't even know you have to find them because they were different record companies and different people that he'd hook up with and make all these great records. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, I have about 9 maybe of my own, and then I've been on thousands. I mean, I've been on so many records with people because of being a musician and getting the opportunity to do that. I've recorded with Lyle Lovett and Dwight Yoakam and Sheryl Crow, Tracy Bird. My
All
dear
of
friend.
them are amazing.
Yeah, my dear friend Randy
y'all,
lives down the road from me. Randy and I worked together years ago, and I was able to record with a lot of my favorites, all primarily because the Houston Rodeo started it. I got to meet them there. They'd asked me to come out and go on the road with them. The next thing I knew, we were making a record. And the fact that Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel had so many people record with us. I mean, everybody that was anybody recorded with Asleep at the Wheel. And so that was a great opportunity as well. So
man, the things that you've seen and the people that you've met through your incredible talent. I mean, really, what a life. I mean, really, you're an inspiration to others. You really are. Deb said, I grew up on the good old country music. My dad had an amazing record collection. Now I have. Oh, that's great. And then she said, Willie is amazing and had the honor of meeting him. Oh yeah, I bet he is. So you know Willie personally, right?
I've had 4 Grammy nominations. My last Grammy nomination was with Willie from the album that we did together with Asleep at the Wheel. And then we toured that album. I have a lot of fun Willie stories.
I bet you do. Oh my gosh. We need to bring you back on just to talk about the things you did with Willie. No, he seems like such a great down-to-earth guy. He really does. Like somebody, I've always wanted to meet him just because I'd be like, man, I mean, well, to me, we're all human beings. I always joke about that and say, calm down, people. He's just a human being. You know what I mean? We're all people, but it's just, some people you're like, wow. I bet if I met him, he'd be just so down to earth. You know what I mean?
He really is.
It's like we forget sometimes that you're all just human beings like we are. You're just doing a different job. Golly, it's so cool. It's so cool the things you've accomplished.
Thank you.
I mean, you got to work with some of the legends, really, some of the legends. Gosh, I'm just so impressed with you. And so I just keep saying it because it's true. Willie is amazing. Oh yeah. She had the honor of meeting. Now, wait a minute. You met him. What about me? What am I, chopped liver?
Hurry. You better hurry.
I better hurry. Nobody lives forever. God forbid. I hope nothing happens to him. No. Okay. So I shouldn't say that. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, God. Okay. So the next song that I picked, and I had to pick this one. You sent me this one and I was like, ooh, I like it a lot. It's called Western Boogie. And I was boogieing. By the way, I was picturing when I was when the bloom is on the sage, changing the subject. I was picturing all the people on the big dance floor dancing to this. And my husband's uncle, he loved dancing to swing. Oh, yeah. And I could just see him up in heaven dancing to all that, gosh, I mean, I can picture it, twirling them around, and stuff I can't do. I never could, but I always watched them and went, wow. You watch them on TV, like, how are they doing that? That's amazing. You just touched so many people. So Western Boogie. A great song with a video, y'all. It's got a music video we're going to get to see. Tell us about this song, please.
I had my big band. I left. I'd always had a lot of, because I had a rodeo band. I had trumpets and trombones and saxophones and a full rhythm section for Western swing. So fiddle, steel guitar, piano, bass, drums. So I've always had a big band, and I like big band music. I mean, trumpets and all that. And so I wrote this song. We needed more material. And then I wrote it about Fort Worth, and I wrote it about Cowtown, a place called Big Balls in Cowtown. It's now called Pearls, but at the time it was called Big Balls, and they played Bob Wills music, and they danced up a storm. And it was just my idea of a cowboy going to Cowtown and finding him a gal and dancing the night away. At the time, I spent 22 years with the Dallas Cowboys. I didn't tell you about that. So the girls in the dancing are all Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, because I worked for I did all the music for the Thanksgiving Day games and all the football games for years. And so when I'd be home, yeah, one of my gigs, one of my jobs.
Oh
there.
my gosh! Wait a minute.
Cheerleaders.
By the way, go Cowboys! We never lose faith in them. We don't. I don't think so. And it's not just us. I don't care.
Right.
Every year, the last time they won a Super Bowl, my daddy was still alive. That's how long he's been gone, and he would. And right after he passes, when they won it, and I'm like, oh, he would have been like, no. We never give up on our Cowboys. That in itself, I can't wait to tell my husband that. So you did. He's gonna flip out. So you did all of the music during their Thanksgiving games, and what else did you do?
I did. I was the music director for the Dallas Cowboys. So I did all the music that was during the game. I did the national anthem for many years until I started inviting my friends from the Houston Rodeo to come do it with us. So I did the national anthem. It was always done on trumpet. And there was a man that was doing it when I got hired, and he began to get ill, and they wanted a backup in case he didn't feel good and couldn't do it. They needed to step in, and then he retired. I took over his position, and then it goes on. I was hired by the old regime. Tex Schramm hired me. I worked with Tom Landry and all those guys. And me and another fellow were about the only two that they kept when Jerry came along. So I did 10 years before Jerry, and then I did 12 years with Jerry. And so right up to the Super Bowl, and what was supposed to be a Super Bowl in Dallas, when we did the new stadium. So that was
wow. Yeah, and you know what? I was working at a grocery store here in Beeville, HEB, and I know it was somebody big, and I'm trying to remember. I want to say Ram came and picked up groceries, and everybody's going, "Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is?" Yeah, for real. And I was like, "No, that with the Dallas Cowboy." And I told my husband, he's like, "No, come on now." And I go, "Yeah, that's what everybody told me, that they lived on a ranch. I think that's who it was, outside of Beeville, and they would come to get their groceries." And everybody's like, "Oh my God, do you know who that is?" And I was like, "Wow." It was just the wife. It was just his wife, whoever it was. And my memory's so bad. That's been a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that. My gosh, sir, is there anything you did not do?
I'm trying to keep a job,
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So granted, you're a big Cowboys fan, and y'all, now to make it even better, every man's dream, and I don't care if you're married or not, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, come on now.
Yeah.
So they're in the video. So let's watch.
So there's 4 of them, and they're doing the dance. So you'll see it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, get ready for this. This is so cool. So this is a great music video. I watched part of it when I was making the little ad for it, but I try not to cheat because I always feel like I shouldn't see it till anybody else does, because that's cheating. That's like, insider information. I don't want to be cheating. That's like cheating on a test. So ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is called Western Boogie. I like the title too, and it's simple, and it tells you what to expect. And you wrote it. I can't wait to hear it. Now that I know you wrote it, it makes all the difference. Right. All right, folks, here we go. Ooh, that's exciting. I can't believe it. Here we go. Western Boogie. Let me get it loaded up. Load it on up. Load them on out. Okay, here we go. There it is. Here we go.
All righty.
Here we go.
North Fort Worth about 8:30 in a drop-top caddy with Bob Wills plates, knee-high boots and a buckaroo hat. Well, now he's looking for fun and he knows where it's at, 'cause at the top of the hill there's a joint that swings, the perfect spot for him to do his thing. He likes to boogie Western style. He got a 2-step jitterbug that drives everybody wild. Yeah, he likes to boogie Western style. She walks into the joint looking long and lean. There's just no doubt she's every cowboy's dream, with that sweet mini skirt and that buckaroo hat. If you're looking for fun, well, she's where it's at. She cuts a waddy out with just one wink, and then she dances all night, and if I buys a drink, she likes to boogie Western style. She got a two-step jitterbug, drives everybody wild. Yeah, she likes to boogie Western style. Come on, gal, go! Western style. They got a two-step jitterbug, drives everybody wild. They like to boogie Western style. Come on, let's go. They like to boogie Western style. Yeah, they got a two-step jitterbug, drives everybody wild. Yeah, they like to boogie Western style. Come on now. Oh, let's boogie. Oh yeah. Well, they like to boogie Western style. One more time around the floor. Come on, let's boogie!
Wow. Let me get you back on the screen. Oh my gosh. Make sure I didn't. Wow. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I bet you had a blast making that video.
Pretty
Let me
fun.
see if this thing works. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, my battery died. Never mind. I'm sorry. There, I'll clap with my hand. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that a blast?
It's a ball. It's a ball.
Oh my gosh. And
Good
singing
old
it.
dance
Oh,
music,
you
big band
look
dance
so
music.
joyful. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
It's just big band dance music, Western style, you know, cowboy dance music with a little fun thrown in. And we've
I
had some.
love it.
I did an arrangement of this on the symphony album, so the whole symphony album does it too. So that's on that album we're talking about.
Oh, I cannot even imagine. I should have pulled that one up too so we could compare.
Right.
Darn it, I should have done that.
Pretty much
Wow.
the orchestra behind me, but we still have a great time with it. Really.
Yeah, and I was watching. That's your band behind you there in
Yeah.
that video, right? Man, they're amazing.
Yep.
They were having a blast. And what I love is, like you were saying about the improv, it's almost like, it's basically, to me, it's like you're putting on a musical play.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Oh my gosh, that was so excellent, man. Man, that was good. I love it. And what it brought me joy watching it. You got everybody dancing and smiling and just moving, and it's so fun. Western style. I love it, man. You're changing. You really are changing and have changed the world in your corner of the world. And that's what, I mean, for real, Dave, I mean that. I mean, what an incredible, I mean, you've got an incredible gift. You've been given a gift. And I'm so glad that you're sharing it, because you could have just sat on it and said, you know what? I don't want to do it. I want to do something else. I want to keep driving a tractor. I'm sure glad you changed your mind.
Oh no, I love it.
Oh gosh. Well, I do too. I do too. And I think you're just fabulously talented, and you're so very welcome. And, I can't express how honored I am. Sarah said, cool song. Yeah, that was cool, wasn't it, Sarah? Man, Miss Sarah, you could be out there dancing. Miss Sarah, she could do it. I know she could. Miss Deb, I would just watch. I got issues with my legs, but I could watch. I got a little bit of rhythm, but
it's fun to watch.
It is fun. That's what I was talking about on that song before that. It's like I could visualize it. Yeah. But when you see the video, that makes it all better. I'm like, oh, now I see. And so that's like, I can't even imagine that. I would imagine that that's kind of like an addiction, man. You get hooked on that feeling.
Yeah.
It's like putting sunshine in a jar and letting it out. Ooh, there's another song for you, Dave. I could let you write it. Sunshine in a jar and opening the jar, like lightning bugs.
There you go. Let it go.
You open the jar and let it out. You're like, gosh, here, have some joy. Have some joy. Quit being so sad. Life is good,
Enjoy it while you can. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Amen. Because none of us know when our time's going to expire, when we're ready to go, you know. Gosh.
Live every day. Live every day.
Amen to that. And you know what? That brings me to a real quick question. If you had to give one piece of advice, because we have a lot of singer-songwriters, independent, who have been striving and trying so hard their whole lives, what would be a piece of advice that you would give them? Something simple, maybe, that they could chew on, as you say. See, my Texan's coming out any million more.
There you go. Well, I kind of approach it from two different sides, from the musician in me, and then the performer in me as well. And really, if you're a good songwriter and you have music that moves you and people around you, the best thing you can do is hone your craft. Then the best thing that will separate you from other people is how good of a musician you are. You know, that really makes a big, big difference of how you get to those stages, to the next level with people so that's, you know, it's not easy. It doesn't come in a bottle or everybody would do it. And yes, you have talent that you're blessed with, but talent just is a word that means you got a lot of work to do. And if you'll work real hard, you'll be successful if you've got talent. But talent doesn't get you there. It's the hard work that gets you there. Hours of working and honing your craft and enjoying it and sharing that enjoyment with other people. You share sunshine, you share happiness, you give them the opportunity to be happy when there's not many good reasons to be happy. If you can do that, you've got a gift, you know. But meet with the musicians and get in with the musical side of it. You got to be a great musician also. So study. It's okay. Don't tell anybody, but learn how to write music. A lot of people say, you know, they write songs and they do that. And yes, they make up songs, but be able to write it down. Be able to give it to somebody and play it when you're not in the room. You know, just go to that level of musicianship. And that's kind of where we start, but then we kind of veer off and you got to stay on track with stuff like that. That'd be my best advice. It's hard work. But I wouldn't do anything else. The harder it is, the better for me, because I just like a challenge. I always have.
You love a challenge.
Yep.
Wow.
Best thing to do is to me, and I'll be back a few times, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just so glad that you chose to come on the show, and I'm so glad that you continue doing it, because you really are changing not just your corner of the world, but all around. I mean, anybody that's going to hear your music is going to go, and you're keeping it. That's the thing. We're not going to lose it because of great folks like you. You know what I mean? Because so many things you've heard current country. It's not, you know, if not, it'll go away. It'll just go away. And we can't have that. We got to keep that country going. We got to keep music going, the traditional, because that's our past. That's our future. You know, we want it to be our future. You know, we don't want our kids and our grandbabies to forget about it, you know?
No. Not at all.
It's very important. The legacy that you're leaving behind is beautiful, you know, for all of us.
And that's where I want to thank you and what you're doing, because obviously you're in where you ought to be, doing exactly what you love. And I know that feeling. Yours is in where you're sitting now. Mine's where I'm sitting. But we both share a fact that we love what we do.
Yes.
And then if you love what you do, you know, they say you never work a day in your life, no
that
matter
is true.
what, because it's not work, it's life, it's fun, and you do a wonderful job. And I thank you for allowing me to share with all these folks saying these wonderful things and from all around the world. And that's what I really need more than anything, is just for more people to hear it and give it a shot, give it a try. I think you'll like it. If you
Absolutely.
But I think you'll probably find something in it that you really do love, and see that it's our opportunity to give and to carry on our tradition, our Western, our Texas, our American heritage. You know, we're all in a big world together, and we have, you know, it's so fun to go to other countries and see what came from their country. This came from our country. This is us. And so it's sharing. So thank you, Carolyn.
You are so very welcome, honestly. And a big shout out again to Mr. Eric Diamond. He's been on the show several times. He's been to Beeville. If you're ever out and about and you want to come to Beeville, we would love to have you anytime, sir. I know you might not, but hey, you never know. You never know.
There's a symphony in Corpus Christi.
There is.
And is the conductor, and chances are I may be in your neighborhood before much too long. I'll let you know when I am.
Right, please do, because I would love the opportunity to come see you live and meet you in person and give you a big hug. Yes. I'm a big hugger. And I want to see, Deb said, David, thank you for blessing us with your songs. Carolyn, you are also a You're so sweet, Deb. See what I mean? The people, good night and God bless you both. I appreciate you, Deb. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, remember and I always try to end the show with this. Dave, thanks again. I just appreciate you so much. I'm so honored. If you are going through a hard time, wherever you may be, whenever you're watching this, because we all go through hard times. We all do. I want to encourage you to hold on through all of those hard times because they're all just tests. And eventually the good will come back if you just hold on. Don't do anything crazy. Just be there. Know that you are loved and people need you on this earth. Okay. And, Dave, I hope to meet you again someday. Who knows? And if you know of anybody who'd be a good fit for the show, let me know. I would be honored to say that Dave Alexander referred you. That would be so cool. Super. And I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here. And that means everything to me. And if y'all know me at all, you know that that's true. And Dave, again, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. I love you guys. Good night. Thank you so much.